Good morning and welcome to Captain Morgan's Wargames. If you like what you see and enjoy it, please hit the subscribe button and come back again. Right, today this video is going to be about building lists. Now I've got two ways and they're not my own, but I didn't create them, I didn't make them, but I find them very useful. Now for complete beginners, I would say you have 5 slots: HQ, troops, elites, fast attack, heavy. So a 2,000 point game, you sink 400 points into each slot. I would be strict with this, and I wouldn't try spamming anything. Try and net list, play a few games, see what works, drop points out of say HQs if you don't need that many points in HQs, and put them somewhere else, and eventually you will come up with a list that you'll need. The other way is 40%, 40%, 20%, and I really use this to double check my lists for balance. Now I'm going to show you how I go about it with a Thousand Suns list, using exactly what I want for. I've got a tournament coming up, so I had a Thousand Suns list I wanted to build. I looked at tons of bat reps and I hadn't seen certain stuff that was being used and wasn't, so I felt I'd build a list around that. So with that in mind, I went HQ, elites, troops, Lord of War, 4 slots only, and 2,000 points, 500 points in each slot. You'll see other numbers on the side. I'll come back to them in a minute. Next, I went through my stratagems. So I did a list of what's competitive, what's situational. I moved a couple of situational over to the competitive, because I was after my list build, but this is before the list build. So I ended up with Corsicating Beam, Vengeance for Prospero, Demon's Forge, Blasphemous, Counter Offensive, Command Reroll, Insane Boat Bravery. Those 3 are from the basic rulebook. Webway Infiltration, Cabalistic Focus, Relics of the Thousand Suns, Veterans of the Long War, Warplane Gargoyles, the Great Sorcerer, and Cycle of Slaughter. There. So you can see what that's my stratagems I'm going to be using with this list. That basically gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 possible stratagems to use. So with that in mind, I went onto my list build. So my first up was a Vanguard detachment worth 4 command points, Armament on disc, 3 lots of decimators, 2 times soul petards on each, comes in at 796 points. Then I had a battalion, 2 HQs, 2 Demon Princes of Wings. One had an axe set of talons, one had 2 sets of talons, or one had a dark matter crystal, one had a helm of third eye. For the troops in that, I had a unit of 9 Zangles, Twist Brave Ahorn, Icon of Flame, another 9 Sangles, twist spray, Brayhorn, icon of flame, and then a set of 29 Sangles, twist spray, Brayhorn, icon of flame. And then in my super auxiliary, that I had Magnus, and that's in that 455. Comes to 1996 in total, and gives me a total of 9 command points. But with a helm of third eye, every time my opponent spins the stratagem on the roll of a 5+, I gain a stratagem. So I'm hoping to gain a few in there. So that's the list in total. I did check with Nick Nanaventi. I'd paid, because when I originally did it, I had Rubric Marines in with these angles, and it didn't feel right. And after talking with him, we went with the Zangles. That was before the new beta rules on reserves, but we'll see how that works. I still believe I can make the list work, and we believe we can get 3 wins in this tournament. Well, I believe I can get 3 wins. He says you should be able to get 3 wins out of the list in the tournament. I believe I can get 3 wins out of this list in the tournament quite easily. And with a bit of luck, who knows. Right, so now we're going back to my original first stage of building. You'll see that out of the 500 points in HQ, I got 526. In the elites, I got 630. In the troops, I've got just under 400, and in Lord of War, I got 445. So that's roughly balanced. It's not perfectly balanced, but I've tweaked it to suit me. Remember, at the start I mentioned the 40%, 20%, 40% for multi-wounds, 40% for chaff, and 20% for objective taking. Now, the 40% is 800 wounds. Now, I have, with the Demon Prince and the axe and the decimators, 810 points to go towards 8 multi-wounds. I could have more in there, because most of them, apart from the Zangles, will be able to take multi-wound stuff out. But for simpler state, 810 points. Chess, I've got 791. I'm using the Demon Prince, Araman, and Magnus, and this is really just through the psychic powers and attacks. Of course, decimators could go in there as well. That's 791 points. So again, just short, one just short of the 40%, which balances with this. And 400 points for scoring Adeptus. I've got 395. So as you can see, 40-40-20 gives me a balance. I've got that. I've got a pretty good even balance with a 500, 500, 500, 500 method. So that list is a balanced list. That's how I do it. The techniques is pretty simple. You take out however many slots you like. You divide that by the number of points. Say you're using 1500 and you've got 3 slots. That's 500 each slot. You're using 5 slots, it's 300 each slot. So it's easy enough. You might have to do a bit more maths if you're doing like 4 slots into 1500, but it's not that hard, is it? I mean, it's a little bit of mess. You can do most of that in your head, and then, as I said, do your stratagems. Make a list of competitive and situation. I'll give you a situational one. Necrons. From Necrons, it's the Scarab one. Does mortal wounds. You sacrifice a Scarab base, and it does X amount of wounds. You've got to be in base contact with something. You've got to have Scarabs. You've got to be in base contact with something. So it's a situational one. Competitive Fire and Fade from Elder. It's very strong. You shoot and you can move again. That's highly competitive. So you get the idea. Can it be used with most units? It's competitive. If it's certain units or needs certain things to happen, then it's situational. Once you've got those competitive stratagems, you then sit down and you go on to your list build, and you look at what you're trying to do is you're saying, right, I need something to take out heavy or multi-wound, boom, I need points to grabbers, I need something to take out chaff, and eventually you come up with a attack list or a take all comers list. Can this take all comers? Yeah, it might struggle against a few lists, but then again, show me a list that won't struggle. I hope this has been a help. Next in my tactical series will be on terrain placement. Of course, if you're going to tournaments, it's already pre-placed, but again, making best once you've got your map set. It might be a set map, it might be you roll for it. If you roll for it, you then have to think about how can I best place my models so that the terrain is giving me help and advantage. But that's for next time, and there will be a series of these. It will go going from deployment, screening, and everything, right down to you having the right psychic powers for the list you've got. Thank you for watching. If you like, please hit the like button, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.